the Republicans have their own issues. At the very time Donald Trump supporters were hoping the candidate would be attacking the Democrats on big issues that matter to the nation, Team Trump having to deal with controversy over his recent comments about the judge in the Trump University case. But there's an equally big problem that may be on the horizon, raising enough money to take on potential Hillary Clinton campaign money. The latest Federal Election Commission filings show Hillary Clinton has raised $296 million and is very ready to put it to work. Let's bring in John Jordan. He's the CEO of Jordan Winery in California. And you, John, have raised money for the GOP candidates. You're also a Republican strategist. Are you worried about his ability to raise money? He's a billionaire. He's got a lot of billionaires on his side, certainly. But why are people even asking this question?
Well, I don't know, but let's break apart some of these numbers. You cited the $296 million that Secretary Clinton has raised. In these reports, it's important to really understand what you're seeing. First of all, most importantly, it's important to see the cash on hand number, and her cash on hand number is much, much lower. Two, the importance of money in politics in terms of buying airtime, which is where a huge percentage of political money goes, really isn't as important as it used to be. And there's been all kinds of examples this election cycle about money and huge ad buyings just not moving numbers. One only has to look as far as Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, and even Hillary Clinton early on in the primary when she was struggling against Bernie Sanders, who had no money early on. So the cash on hand number is very important. The second number you want to look at is their burn rate. How much money are they going through just as a matter of overhead, consultants, office space, staff, just to keep the lights on? So, and earned media, which is basically free media, social media and so forth, which Donald Trump has proved so adept at, has proven to be dominant this election cycle.
In fact, he definitely burns his cash at a much slower rate. He has fewer people. He's very efficient when it comes to certainly running his operation. But let's talk about the people he has on his side. A bunch of billionaires. You've got Sheldon Adelson. You've got Wilbur Ross, who's been right here on this program saying they're aiming for $1 billion. He's ready to step up. You've got Woody Johnson, who's a big Republican, Ken Langone, all of these people that are doing this. But will it become harder for them as Donald Trump has said some things that offend even a lot of Republicans, and that is calling the judge, who was born in Indiana, who happens to be assigned the case in Trump University, a Mexican. He's a Mexican. John, even you would say he's not a Mexican. He's born in Indiana. His parents are Mexican.
He's obviously not a Mexican. He's an Indianan. He's a Hoosier. This whole incident has been completely unfortunate. It's offensive to a lot of people, and myself included. But most importantly, in the context of this race, it has taken Trump off message. It's taken him off of what otherwise had been a very good week for him. I mean, you had the jobs number coming in as a disappointment. That gave him an opportunity to talk about the economy and issues that matter to everyday Americans. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to have that book by the Secret Service agent come out, which is shot to #1 in the New York bestseller list. So it's taken him off of winning messages and got him on defense, and it's a wasted week and a wasted opportunity for Mr. Trump.
Listen, it's California primary day. I know that he's the presumptive nominee, but did you vote, and did you vote for him?
Well, I voted, and yes, I did vote for him. It's been over the Republican side for some period of time. You know, what's interesting about California is other programs, and our sister network has talked about this. There's 17.9 million registered California voters eligible to vote today. In the 45 days preceding the cutoff for registration, there were 500,000 new Democrat registrants. Now, those 500,000 new Democrats do not show up in the databases used by pollsters as they've been predicting how polling California voters and predicting how California might turn out. So if that 500,000 voters really is largely a Bernie block, it really could surprise some people tonight.
I'm so happy you came on the show, John. Thank you. Please come again.